You know that feeling when you find something really unique, maybe an old craft or tradition that's been brought back?
Yeah, like rediscovering something lost.
Exactly. Well, today we're diving into a story just like that, but on a pretty big scale, and it involves whiskey.
Ah, always a good topic. We're heading down to southern Scotland, right? To look at the Annandale Distillery.
That's the one we're exploring. It's resurrection, really, and we've got some great sources lined up.
Right.
There's a really good blog post on Whisky.dk, plus the official Annandale website, and, even some shop listings from Whisky.dk too.
So that gives us the history, what they're making now, the actual bottles.
Yeah.
Pretty comprehensive.
Totally. So our mission, if you like, is to figure out how Annandale went from, well, being silent for nearly 100 years to being this respected name again.
Right. Understanding their specific approach, what makes them different in, let's face it, a pretty crowded whiskey market.
Exactly. Think of this as your shortcut to getting clued up on a really fascinating distillery.
Okay, let's do it. Where do we start? Way back.
Yeah, let's rewind. Annandale wasn't just, invented recently. It has real history.
Absolutely. It was founded way back in 1836. George Donald was the man behind it originally.
1836. Okay. And it ran for quite a while before. Something changed in 1893.
Yes, that's when it was bought by Johnny Walker.
Ah, the big guys. So Johnny Walker owned it then.
They did, but maybe surprisingly, it didn't actually operate as a distillery under them for all that long.
Because what happened, the sources say it was laid in mothballs in 1924. Sounds quite final.
It kind of was for a very long time. Mothballing meant production stopped. Everything just paused.
Mm.
The site was maintained maybe, but no spirit was made.
Was that common back then?
It happened, yeah. Economic reasons, strategic decisions by the big companies. And for Annandale, this pause wasn't short. It lasted over 90 years.
90 years, just sitting there. Quiet. Astonishing. So the revival story must be something else. How did this sleeping giant finally wake up?
It's a great story. It properly starts in 2007. That's when David Thompson and Teresa Church bought the derelict site.
Okay, 2007. And they didn't just, flip a switch, did they? It was a major restoration project.
Oh, huge. They were really committed to doing it properly, respecting the old buildings, the heritage, but also bringing in modern, effective techniques. It wasn't just about nostalgia.
That sounds like a tricky balance, old and new.
Definitely. Honoring the tradition of Scotch whiskey, but using the best of modern understanding and technology where it made sense. That careful approach was, I think, really crucial.
So they bought it in '07, did all this work. When did the stills actually fire up again? When did the whiskey making restart?
The first new spirit flowed in 2014, a massive moment for them, obviously.
14. So a good few years of work before that point.
Yeah.
And they came back with a clear identity, right? These core expressions.
Yes, straight away. They launched with two distinct styles, Man-O Sword and Man-O Words.
Great names. Very Scottish. What's the story there?
Well, they're linked to famous local figures. Man-O Sword is their peated whiskey.
Uh-huh.
Think smoky, powerful. It's inspired by Robert the Bruce, King of Scots, but also the 7th Earl of Annandale. So, warrior, king, strong whiskey.
Got it. Peated, powerful, Man-O Sword, and Man-O Words. Sounds different.
Exactly. That's the unpeated one. Smoother, maybe more complex, perhaps. It's a nod to Robert Burns, the poet.
Rabbie Burns. Of course. He was connected to the area, too.
Yeah, he worked as an excise man around Annandale, so it fits beautifully. Poet. Unpeated whiskey.
That's really smart branding, tying it to the local history like that. But there's something else fundamental about how they operate, isn't there? This whole single cask idea.
Ah, yes. This is absolutely key. They bill themselves as Scotland's only single cask, single malt whiskey distillery. And central to that is this idea of never vatting.
Never vatting. Okay, break that down. Usually distilleries mix casks together for consistency, right?
Precisely. Most distilleries vat, meaning they combine whiskey from many barrels, sometimes hundreds, to create a consistent product, their standard bottling. Annandale doesn't do that.
So what do?
They bottle each cask individually. One cask, one bottling. That's it.
Wow. So every single release is unique. It's just whatever character that one specific cask produced.
Exactly. It's a snapshot of that cask's life. No blending, no trying to make it taste like the last batch. It's pure cask expression.
That must mean incredible variety, but also a lot of pressure on each cask to be good. You can't hide anything in a blend.
You absolutely can't. The quality of the spirit going in and the quality of the cask itself have to be top-notch from the start. which leads us nicely into their production methods.
Right. What actually goes into the whiskey? We heard about barley's specific stills.
Yeah, they're very particular. They use Scottish barley from crisp malting, very highly regarded maltsters, good ingredients of the foundation.
Makes sense.
And then there are the stills. They have a pair of stills designed by the late, great Dr. Jim Swan.
Oh, the Dr. Swan. Wow, that's a name you hear a lot in modern whiskey. What does that mean for the spirit?
Well, Dr. Swan was known for designing stills that could help produce a fruity, complex spirit quite early on. His designs often promote the creation of esters, those compounds that give you fruity floral notes. So it suggests their new make spirit probably has a really good character even before it hits the wood.
Interesting. So a good start from the stills and the wood itself, the casks. They're not just standard ones, are they?
Definitely not. They source casks, really high-quality ones from all over. Famous distilleries, sherry bodegas in Spain, wine cellars.
So different types of casks.
Oh, yes. Ex-bourbon, obviously, but also various sherry casks like Oloroso, which gives those rich, nutty, dried fruit notes, and Fino, which can be drier, maybe more delicate, saline almost.
Okay.
And they use STR casks, too.
STR? What's that?
Shaved, toasted, and recharred. It's a process developed by Dr. Swan, actually, mainly for rejuvenating wine casks. Shaving the inside removes the old wine residue, then toasting and recharring repairs the oak to interact intensely with the whiskey spirit, giving lots of color and flavor, often spicy, fruity notes.
Shaved, toasted, recharred. Got it. So a real mix of cask influences. And this single cask idea carries right through.
All the way. One cask matures, gets chosen when it's ready, and then gets bottled. Just like that. Unvatted, usually at cask strengths or close to it.
So when you buy an Annandale single cask, you're getting something genuinely unique from that barrel.
Totally. It's not trying to be consistent. It's celebrating the individuality of the cask.
Hmm.
You could have two casks filled on the same day, same spirit, same cask type, mature side by side, and they'll still taste different.
That's really appealing to, people who love exploring different whiskey profiles.
Absolutely. Now, beyond the liquid, they also seem focused on sustainability. That's important these days.
It really is. And yes, Annandale highlights that. They use local barley where possible. They have their own water source on site.
Right.
And generally seem very conscious of their environmental impact across the board.
It's becoming almost essential for a modern brand, isn't it?
Oh.
And it seems Annandale, despite being, reborn, has quickly made a name for itself.
Yeah, they feel established now, don't they? They've managed to blend that history and tradition with a really quite modern, forward-looking approach. And it seems to be working.
Definitely recognized now.
Okay, so let's make this more concrete. Let's talk about some actual whiskeys. Whisky.dk lists quite a few, gives us a real taste of the range. And they mention a 10-year-old coming soon, right? In 2025.
Yes, a 10-year-old is a big milestone for a revived distillery. 2 versions, apparently. But looking at what's available now, it really shows the variety.
Like what? Give us an example.
Okay, here's one. An Annandale distilled in 2016, bottled 2024, so 8 years old. Single cask private release. It was matured in a bourbon cask, number 836.
Okay.
Bottled just for a place called the Norseman. And get this, 62.8% ABV.
Whoa, 62.8. That's serious cask strength. Must be intense.
Probably packs a punch, yeah. Then, completely different, another 8-year-old called Defender of the Crown, part of a series called Whiskey Heroes.
Right.
This one was matured in a first fill Oloroso sherry butt, cask 766. Bottled at 52.9%. Still strong, but maybe a bit less fiery.
And Oloroso. So expecting those richer, darker notes.
Exactly. And the tasting notes they listed are wild. Crispy bacon, olives, white grapes, dark chocolate with chili pepper.
Bacon and olives in a whiskey. See, that's the cask influence showing through in unexpected ways.
Totally. It shows how much character that sherry wood imparted. Then you've got examples of their core styles from specific casks.
Like the Man of Sword and Man of Words.
Yeah, like a Mano's Sword from cask 342. That's the peated one. It was an ex-fino sherry butt, distilled 2018, bottled 2023 at 61%.
Fino sherry. That's usually drier, isn't it? So peated spirit in a drier sherry cask. Interesting combination.
It is. And compare that to a Man of Words, the unpeated one from cask 397. Also an ex-fino butt, same years, 2018 to 2023, bottled at 60.4%.
So similar cask, similar age, but one peated, one not. They taste completely different side by side, presumably.
Oh, absolutely. The unpeated one is noted for being fruity and complex with soft sherry notes. The peat in the other would change the whole dynamic. It really proves the single cask point.
It does. And they do other things, too, not just single malt.
Well, there's a story, man. Blended Scotch whiskey mentioned, apparently selected by the actor James Cosmo.
James Cosmo, okay. So maybe something a bit more accessible or aiming for a wider audience there?
Could be. It shows they're not only doing the single cask thing, even if that's their main focus.
Hmm.
We also see these founder selection releases.
What are they then?
They seem to be generally younger whiskeys, maybe around 5 or 6 years old, again from single casks, highlighting different wood types, ex-bourbon, Oloroso sherry, those STR red wine casks.
Right, the shaved, toasted, recharred ones. You can see they're really exploring maturation.
Definitely experimenting. And if you really want to understand the base spirit, before the cask does its work,
You can try the new make.
exactly. They bottle their rascally new make, both peated and unpeated versions, usually at a high strength, like 63.5%, though there's a 46% version too. It's literally the spirit, straight off the still.
That's for the real whiskey geeks, tasting the raw potential.
It's fascinating, yeah. Gives you a baseline. And, if you don't want to commit to a full bottle or want to try a few,
They do miniatures.
yep, an Annandale miniature tasting selection. 6 little 5 centiliter bottles. Great way to sample the range.
Okay, so lots to explore. Now, if listening to this has got you interested, how can people actually, experience Annandale whiskey?
Well, if you happen to be near Whisky.dk's location, that blog post mentioned a specific tasting event. It's on Friday, May 30th, 2025.
Okay, end of May 2025.
Yeah, featuring Aine Thompson, their international brand ambassador. They'll be pouring 8 whiskeys, including those new 10-year-olds we mentioned. Sounds like a great opportunity.
Definitely. But if you can't make a specific event, or you want to see the place itself,
The distillery website has all the info on tours. You can go visit, see the stills, the warehouses, get the full picture. They even do venue hire, apparently.
host your own whiskey event in Annandale. Nice.
And for the really keen fans, there's the Single Cask Society.
Like a members club.
Pretty much. Exclusive access to special bottlings, maybe buying casks, invites to events. It's for people who really buy into their single cask philosophy.
Okay, so lots of ways to engage. So just to sort of wrap things up, Annandale's story is pretty remarkable, isn't it?
It really is. You've got this deep history, then almost a century of silence.
Brought back by real passion and investment.
Exactly. And what makes them stand out now is that absolute dedication to the single cask idea, celebrating uniqueness.
Plus the quality ingredients, the interesting casks, the sustainability focus, it all adds up.
It does. They've carved out a really distinct niche for themselves. They're not trying to be like everyone else.
It's quite inspiring, actually. It makes you think, doesn't it? What other old skills or traditions are just waiting for someone to come along and revive them? Maybe something completely different in your own world.
That's a great thought to leave people with. What's lying dormant that deserves a comeback?
Well, if Annandale's story has intrigued you, definitely check out their website or look at the range on Whisky.dk.
Explore what they offer. You might just find a new favorite. A whiskey with a really unique story behind every single bottle.